the main thing is you have to have a house that qualifies in that we want into the system. So the house has to be of a certain standard. It needs to be in a destination that people want to go to. Like we don't have any properties in Branson, Missouri. I'm sure Branson, Missouri, nothing against Branson, Missouri, but it's just not our members, or nobody's ever requested, I want to go to Branson, Missouri. I mean, we probably only have a couple houses in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Nothing wrong with Myrtle Beach. It's just not our group. Now, people like going to, Kiowa and Charleston and places like that in our club.
The benefit to everyone. So let's just say this guy's got a $10 million home, and, the benefit to him is he's thinking, okay, I could go stay all these other different places all over the world, right? I mean, is that kind of what he's thinking? That's why he's willing to do this. That's why he's willing to put his $10 million home up in the exchange, is because he's benefiting from, because it's not like he's getting paid. I mean, how much money is he getting paid?
He doesn't get anything. He gets keys.
He doesn't get it. He just gets keys, right? Okay. So for him to be able to stay other places and not have to pay a lot of money, right?
He might do it for two reasons. Number one is, yes, it's going to save him a lot of money when he goes outbound somewhere else. He's going to save 20, 30. I mean, I went and looked at one of our houses the other day in Harbor Island in the Bahamas, and the people were just leaving that she had rented it to. Now, she just gave us 2 weeks in the club. But I asked her, I said, how much did you rent that week for? And she said it was $100,000 in rental for that week.
Right.
So I'm
right.
$100,000 in rental fees. So they're saving money, number one. Number two is about half of our members and properties don't do rentals. They don't want short-term rentals in their house, but they'll do third home because the people staying in their house are doing the same thing with their house. And so if they don't take good care of it, they're not a good member. If they don't treat it like theirs, they get kicked out of the club. So we have no issues, essentially no issues with people staying in these homes. And we've done, I think, 70,000 exchanges, and there's been no issues with people because people treat it as good or better than they would if they, than their own home. I went to a house in San Francisco to hold a party for our team, our members, and I got into the house, and the owner had left us 7 bottles of very expensive wine, and the refrigerator was stocked full of food. And we certainly drank his wine and ate the food in the refrigerator. But that was just the type of thing, that our members do when a guest has come to their house. They literally a lot of times leave bottles of wine or food in the refrigerator for you because they want to be a good host, because they're rated as a host, and then the guest is rated as well. And we look at the rating system and make sure everybody's being a good member in the club.
And is there is there any insurance involved at all? I mean, am I insured if somebody does come into my second home or my, my third home, and am I insured at all through the program?
Yeah, we have a $15 million insurance on every exchange. Although I can tell you that we've never really had to use it. Occasionally somebody may break a wine glass or something, but they'll go buy 4 beautifully hand-painted wine glasses and leave as a gift, type of thing. So we do carry the insurance, in case something does happen, but it never happens.
Yeah. And so, and what about, I mean, tell me about what's one of the craziest, houses that, and where are they located? I mean, what's some of the nicest homes that you have? And are these put up by, you don't have to mention their names, but I mean, I got to imagine there's got to be some celebrities in this exchange and some really, really successful people in the exchange.
Yeah, we do. We have some well-known people, from well-known musicians to Formula One racing stars to actors, actresses in the club. We have a little bit of everything. The unique thing about the club is if you want a 1-bedroom in New York City, you just want to stay at the St. Regis and have a 1-bedroom at the St. Regis, we've got that. If you want a house in Argentina that I went to that sits on 100,000 acres and is a Malbec vineyard outside of Mendoza, Arizona, up by the Chilean border and the tallest mountain in the world outside the Himalayas. You've got that too. So you got a little bit of everything in between. We have yachts. Some of our yachts go up to about 150 feet. All the yachts come with a full crew and staff. And then we also have catamarans, a significant number of catamarans around the world in different ports, which are very popular for our members as well. We have old castles in Europe, or we have, small beach houses in Hawaii. Whatever you're interested in, we probably have it in the club.
And so the membership, how do you get approved? What's the protocol as far as like getting approved? Is there a membership fee that you pay every year? How do you get approved in this thing? And what sort of things do you look for?
So from a approval standpoint, we do a background check, make sure that we don't have any felons, staying in people's houses and things like that. And occasionally we have, had to turn a couple of people down for that. But then the main thing is you have to have a house that qualifies that we want into the system. So the house has to be of a certain standard. It needs to be in a destination that people want to go to. Like we don't have any properties in Branson, Missouri. I'm sure Branson, Missouri, nothing against Branson, Missouri, but it's just not our members, or nobody's ever requested, I want to go to Branson, Missouri. I mean, we probably only have a couple houses in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Nothing wrong with Myrtle Beach. It's just not our group. Now, people like going to, Kiowa and Charleston and places like that in our club. So we try to make sure, the popular areas for us are Aspen, Colorado. We have 600 properties in Aspen in the club, because people love going to Aspen. It's a high destination area. So we have all the Ritz-Carlton residences there, which are ski in, ski out at Aspen Highland Mountain. So a member can go to Aspen and for about $900 stay in a ski in, ski out 3-bedroom at the Ritz-Carlton, which, you can price that out and you might pay $30,000 depending on what week it is for that same property. So those are the qualifiers. You have to, be a good standing and have a desirable home and a, luxury second home in a desirable area.
So really the difference between like an Airbnb situation is, this is more just like these properties are getting rented out all the time and every single week, in the high, seasons, they're getting rented out all the time. In your program, where it differs is it's a little bit more where, your property may never get rented out, or it might get rented out a couple times a year or something like that. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah. And we don't use the word rent. We just use the word exchange because
yes.
There's no money changing hands to no contract, which is important to know, Daniel, because as you know, being in Southern California, there are places now they're putting rental restrictions on places. And so we fall under that radar because you're not renting. There's no money, there's no contract. You're just you're letting a guest stay there like you would your, friend of your aunt's or something,
Right. So
a lot of places, that's the only thing people can do outside of staying in the home themselves is to do third home. Yeah, I mean, a lot of our houses you couldn't find on a rental platform. Paramount Plus has a 6 1-hour TV shows running on Third Home right now all over the world. It's called Millionaire Holiday Home Swap. And I think it's running in Australia right now. But they did 6 1-hour TV shows that they're running through Paramount Plus that really features a lot of the homes that you could never rent. I mean, these homes are exquisite, fun homes, and they follow the people staying there. And, it's pretty entertaining, but it also shows you the types of homes we have in the club.
if you like this video and you want to watch another one, click right here.